everyone, and welcome to Port Waves. My name is Edna Dominguez.
And I'm Tracy Beverly, payroll and personnel assistant, and together, Edna and I will be your hosts.
May 22nd is Maritime Day, and we're celebrating by shining a spotlight on the Port of Long Beach's wharfingers. They're a key part of the Tenant Services Division and assist the more than 5 companies that make the port their home. Joining us is Kaury Namahoe, who's going to tell us about what it's like to be a wharfinger at the port of choice. Thank you for being here, Kaury.
Yeah.
I'm excited to dive into more about the maritime industry and your journey. Could you tell us a little bit about what led you to pursue your career as a wharfinger and kind of a little bit about your role here at the port?
Yeah, so I got my bachelor's in Global Studies and Maritime Affairs from the California Maritime Academy. I took some different jobs, way different than this. I worked with offshore drill rigs for a while, and then I was a ship agent, so I had a lot of experience bringing ships into the port and learning that aspect of it. I also, around 2018, had my son, so I took some time home and I started working as a property manager. Mm-hmm. It was cool because when I decided that I wanted to actually go back to work, I found the wharfinger position online, and it said that they wanted somebody that had maritime experience, but it would also be a pro if they had real estate experience, and I had both. So my joke with the interview team was like, you guys wrote your requests about my resume. And I was really excited about the role. One of the things that I really loved about being an agent beforehand was getting to know everybody in the port. Mm-hmm. I love knowing people and having those relationships with all of the different types of industries that are out there and kind of like being the go-to person. Yeah. So I get to do that again as a wharfinger. About the role, we wear a lot of different hats. We work for the port, and so our job is to help out the tenants in the port in a lot of different ways. We are the face of the port. We enforce all of their lease agreements. So we do their inspections, and we are the person they go to when they have to do permits or we notice they don't have permits they're supposed to be having, and we help them get started on that. And when they want to do upgrades and stuff like that, we are the person that will help them figure out what the different policies and routes they need to go and who they need to talk to in the port in order to get those done. The port itself is also our customer. So when the port has projects such as like the Gerald Desmond Bridge project or the TIY project or the Pier B Rail project, our job is to make sure that our tenants are not negatively affected by the work that's taking place. So we'll be in on meetings and we'll express our tenants' concerns and anticipate the things that they're going to need during the time that the projects are taking place in order to make sure that their cargo and everything keeps running smoothly.
Yeah, that sounds like a crucial role, right? Mm-hmm. So what areas do you oversee here?
I'm the wharfinger for Pier T and Pier S. So I have TTI is one of my major areas. TTI is a large majority of Pier T. Pier S, we've got a very large amount of land over there as well. Yeah. There's a lot of different, I have around maybe 20 tenants and non-tenants in my area.
Oh, wow. So what does a typical day look like for you as a wharfinger?
It kind of varies from day to day. So quarterly, we do have to do inspections. So I'll spend about a month or two running through all of those tenants, doing the inspections of their wharves and their buildings, everything that's a port-owned asset, to make sure that the tenants are following their lease agreements. A lot of the time, too, we have tenants giving us phone calls because they have things going on that they want help with. So we're the first person they call when they need something to happen for them in the port.
What are some of the challenges that you encounter? You know, I'm sure there's, issues that you face. What are some of the biggest challenges or obstacles?
Trying to hit the ground running ourselves. Our job is to always kind of have the answers, right? Mm-hmm. So we always need to know who someone needs to talk to. But that's the great part about working with the teams that we have here. Yeah. Everyone has a little bit of information that can get you on the right track. You know, a tenant has an issue and they want to build this major thing, and hey, so what do we need to do to get started? And we have to facilitate where that information goes and get the right parties involved. And it's a lot of communication, coordination work.
Yeah. And where are you located?
If we're not in the port itself, then we're at the World Trade Center. But in the port, I usually like to spend my mornings out there, and it's the easiest way to get started and, get to see the sun and just
Yeah.
feel the nice air pretty much.
Yeah.
But getting out and seeing your tenants and talking to them, I'm on the phone with them all the time, or I'm checking up on them and seeing if they need anything.
What are the most, interesting things you've seen or encountered?
A lot of the times, most interesting things have happened during inspections. One of the things that happens a lot is because ships are massive and heavy is they'll press up against like a marine fender. Sometimes the marine fenders, they just get really heavy wear and tear. And we've had situations throughout the port everywhere where one will fall in the water.
Wow.
And when that happens, we get a call from the pilot station, and they're worried about bringing a vessel in because it could then, if it's enough space, be a danger to the ship itself. One of the crazier things is when something like that happens, how quickly everything has to move. I have to create the balance between the tenant who wants things like, oh my gosh, we've lost a fender, get it on today, and then getting all of the permits and processes and everything to get something fixed. It just trying to find that balance, I think, is one of the tougher things.
Are you working with other Port of Long Beach teams?
We work with just about everyone. So when we are working with doing the lease agreements and everything like that, that's working with real estate. We are their eyes in the event that something is not following procedure pretty much, or somebody in the port is not following their lease agreements. We are the eyes for real estate. We work with business development in order to give our opinions on, best uses of areas and stuff like that. Or, they have a lot of ideas about things that they want to put in the port or change, and we help vocalize what's currently going on. We work a lot with maintenance and, like I said, the docks and piers department. I think we're pretty much, everyone knows who we are for sure.
Lots
Yeah.
of teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite part about this, role?
My absolute favorite thing is working with the tenants in person. I'm a boots on the ground person. I like to go into meetings and I like to see all these people and learn about their experiences. And the port itself is so diverse. There's so many different operations going on all of the time. And so one of the things that we need to do is be able to know what all of our tenants are doing and what all of their operations are. And so getting to be that person that gets to go in and learn about everybody's environments and everybody's job duties and stuff like that, it's a really cool experience.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
Welcome back to Port Waves. Teammates, we have a lot to look forward to as we approach the summer season.
On May 4th, come down to Shoreline Park for the Walk for Kids. It will start at 8 a.m. and will raise donations for the Ronald McDonald House. The event is being organized by the Port of Long Beach Employees Club.
Also, be sure to mark your calendars for Saturday, June 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. for this year's summer orientation. This event will be filled with family fun, entertainment, food, and more.
More information will be sent soon, so be sure to keep an eye out and RSVP promptly. We are looking forward to seeing you there.
If you want to patrol the harbor, you better have some boats. Fortunately for the Port of Long Beach Harbor Patrol, they have two.
We caught up with Sergeant Ivan Hernandez to get a better idea about what it's like to hit the sort of high seas in one of the port's new patrol boats.
I'm Ivan Hernandez, and I'm Harbor Patrol Sergeant Coordinator. Right now, we just got these two awesome new boats that I'm trying to get people trained on, and also people operating the boats on a regular patrol days. It's exciting in the morning hours to just start the engines and hear the engines going. The same with the marine radio, scanning the radio. But it's something good that boosts our morale in going and doing something for the environment, for the Port of Long Beach, for our tenants, for our stakeholders, for our supporting management, and also obviously for ourselves. I think the favorite part is to kind of share and be seen, knowing that we have a boat on the water at all times, and we're collecting information and we're servicing our mission. I mean, these are awesome boats. They still smells like new. Seeing the environment all around the port, seeing the wildlife, the seals, I mean, pelicans just flying by. It feels great. It's a really good vibe that I get. You open the doors, you feel the breeze going by, but at the same time, you're focusing on the mission that you have to accomplish throughout the day.
Thank you, Ivan. Now it's time to welcome the newest additions of the Port family. Ryan Manning, Clay Huto, and Eric Sorlim in security.
Liz Ibarra in HR.
Arthur Vartanian, Jessica Ayala, and Sunshine Manley in Central Procurement Services.
Jose Gutierrez, Ryan Van Andel, Robert Treadway, and Kevin Mariquin in Maintenance.
Jasmine Solano in Risk Management.
Elizabeth Luna in Program Management.
Frida Rioja in Tenant Services.
And Christine DeCastro in Business Development. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Port Waves.
If you have ideas for future episodes, any feedback, or if you would like to shout out a fellow teammate on the podcast, please email us at traininganddevelopment@polb.com.
Port Waves is made possible by your host, Tracy Beverly
and Edna Dominguez. It is produced by Chris Berry, Kevin Walker, and Wyatt Lincoln.